Stroop waffles. Okay.
See how tasty.
This is breakfast. This is Stroop waffles.
Honey and
This honey, yeah, this one honey and that one's
caramel.
coffee caramel.
Yeah.
Yep.
What?
It's like a biscuit, oh.
It's like a biscuit, but
with filling.
yeah, with filling. Very sweet.
It don't really matter what you say. I'm listening to you anyway.
Along with the Eurail and the Wi-Fi and stuff, we got quite a few activities covered by our friends at Klook. Okay, actually we're in Amsterdam, so it should be Klook. Canal cruise. It's like a really chill, and there are like some cinematic moments and fun facts about the city and whatnot. But I don't think it's a must to take the canal cruise. I think you can see a lot of it just walking around. Now I think we're gonna try to grab lunch somewhere. We got burgers. Look at that.
Nothing happens by itself.
Dude! Okay, we just ate lunch, but this place looks hella epic. Look at this, look at this. Oh my god. Look at you. We're at the sausage. We're at the French fry place.
Lemons. It is the same.
It is the same as the other sauce?
Yeah.
Okay, let me try.
Oh no, there's like ketchup.
It tastes more like potato chips, right? The crunch on the outside is very potato chip like. So the fries are, it makes the fries very unique. We've arrived at the museum. This place is called the MoCo Museum. It's home to my favorite all-time artist, a newer artist called Banksy. He's a graffiti artist, but a lot of his works are for show here. So they told us to start all the way from the top, then work our way down. So that's what's happening. Another tip is buy your ticket online. It's cheaper and you get to skip the queue immediately. She's in love with who I am. Back in high school I used to bust into the dance. Now I hit the We are done with the museum. We're on our way to head to Adams Lookout. It's this like swing at some really high tower and it overlooks the city. So we'll get some shots there, and especially at the sunset. It's gonna be quite cool. So this is a free ferry that goes across the canal to the Adams Lookout, and yeah, it's a free ferry. What more is there to say?
If you want to see the light experience, please look up, and there we go.
100 meters in 20 seconds. That's got to be the most epic elevator ride I've ever had. Oh my god, so cool. It's like spots to chill, and honestly the view is amazing. We've come for dinner. We found this like place called the Hallen on Google. It seems to be like a hall of food where there's just random cuisines everywhere. So let's see whether we can find something to eat here, which isn't too expensive, of course. Food here is still kind of expensive, but I guess there's a lot you can choose from. But they're not like local food. Mostly it's foreign stuff. So yeah, I got dim sum. I miss Asian food. Well, can't blame me. With that, our Amsterdam journey comes to an end. Yeah, all in all, I think like Amsterdam has become one of my favorite cities in Europe. It's really chill. The architecture and like the lanes of canals just look really cinematic. And like the language barrier isn't there at all. Everyone speaks English. Managed to grab a few games of basketball with the locals as well. And yeah, the places we didn't go, which we kind of regret, is Rijksmuseum. There's one really cool picture that I saw online of the bookshelf, which we didn't manage to get. Other than that, I think we're pretty okay. We didn't go to any coffee shops either, which I guess is a pity, but well, we did actually walk through the red light district to have a look. It's a very surreal experience. It's not something you see in Singapore, I feel. Like, I don't know, I've never been to the Geylang area, so I wouldn't know. You can kind of just walk through, you don't have to pay anything, you can just walk through along the alleys and see what it's like. Like, the red neon lights there are kind of picturesque as well, but we weren't able to get too many shots because obviously it's a red light district, so you point your camera in the slightly wrong direction, someone's gonna come out and shout at you. Okay, situation now is, we need to book the train for the next leg of our trip, which is from Amsterdam to Paris. So you can Google Maps and search for the train lines, or you can go to Eurail and try to like type in to search it up. It's good to reserve seats. Some of the international trains require you to reserve seats because a lot of people book the trains. One of those trains is the trains into Paris. So we went down today to get his Eurail pass activated, and when we were there we checked the tickets. It's fully booked. So what happens when an international train is fully booked? You need to take local trains, and with local trains you need to do multiple transfers again and again until you reach the spot. Amsterdam to Brussels to Lille to like multiple cities before we hit Paris. We can go to Brussels first, check whether anyone skipped out on the reservation, and hopefully, fingers crossed, someone did and we can take the speed train, because right now there are no trains and it would take us like an 8-hour journey to reach Paris. So the thing about the Europass is, as convenient as it is that you can travel within 5 days of a month, the thing is you really have to plan ahead, because there are certain trains which you still need to book and reserve the seats, and you need to pay for reservations for those seats. So we're gonna try our luck. We're gonna head to Brussels first. Hopefully someone cancelled or didn't show up, so we can take their seat from Brussels to Paris, which is an express train, which will save us like a good 4 hours of journey. So for now, all we have to do is fill up this travel calendar, write down Amsterdam to Paris, what's our first train timing, which is 7:22. We're taking the first, like one of the very early trains out, and we're gonna see what happens at Brussels. YG, what's your favorite spot in Amsterdam?
The red light district.
Is it really? Oh my god.
The streets.
The streets. Just street art.
Almost all of the streets, because you can like just cross wherever you like, although like there's bicycles everywhere and trams are in the middle, but that's the beauty of it. It's like so chaotic but it's so nice.
Food wise? Favorite
food wise?
Yeah.
I like, they make good fries. They are very good with potatoes.
Oh shit, that's true.
I love the fries like we ate, like I forgot what's that called.
One last thing to add to this tutorial is, for example, the Europass, the Wi-Fi, like the canal tour, these are all stuff which has been sponsored to us by Klook. Like, I didn't really know how Klook functioned until I got on this trip. We kind of just reached out to them and saw that we had a collab opportunity, but Klook's app basically works as a one-stop to finding tickets and finding like activities and guides and whatnot. So for example, for a museum pass, if you want to get it discounted and to skip the line, usually you can buy all these passes online, but each museum has like their own website and whatnot, and basically what Klook does is they would have their app and you can just search for the museum on their app, and sometimes they would even have discounts. Just download Klook. I feel like that's the most layman that's the most layman explanation I can give on what Klook does. And personally, I find it super. Oi! So shout outs to them. This is my quick short shout out to them. Yeah, we'll see what happens on tomorrow's leg of the journey. You wanna say anything?
I love Amsterdam. Top 3 in the EU for sure.
Top 3 EU, Amsterdam. Yeah, for sure.